Child, I'm on this camera looking like, in the words of my mother, don't nobody care about me. I used to hate that when she said that as a child. Like, if she pulled up on me and my sisters playing outside after a long day at school and a long day rolling around on the playground, she would roll up and be like, why you out here looking like don't nobody care about you? If our little hair was messed up and stuff. She used to always say that. So this video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be a chit chat, get ready with me / story time about my stalker. What the fuck is you doing in the background, Blue? What you doing back there? Okay, I'm gonna have to do a clear skin video because she got the glow, honey. Excuse me eating on this peppermint. My mouth is dry, my voice is trying to go, honey, and I'm just trying to hold myself together just to make it through the day. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you guys about my little stalker. Oh my god, I love the YSL primer, the Touche Eclat Blur. I hope I said that right. If I didn't, shit, I'm sure you know, if you're into primers, what I'm talking about. Okay, I met this guy on my last job. I worked in a dispatch office for a trucking company, and he was okay. So I met him on my last job, like I said, and he was a truck driver there. Now I don't remember how the initial like meet was, like the moment we met. He was an older guy. He's not old. I don't know. I guess he's like in his like early 40s. I would assume that's what he looked like. And he was also a preacher at a church. And initially he would come into the office and ask me if I wanted to come to his church, and I would always tell him no, thank you. And so he would always ask that, like always invite me to his church, tell me he's a pastor, how he does so much ministering, all that jazz. About a month after me starting there, he would call into the office, and when I answered the phone for him to assist him, he would make comments like, oh, you sure are pretty, and oh, if I wasn't married. And I'm like, sir, like, your wife comes and picks up your check every Friday. Not only are you married, you're a pastor, so that's highly inappropriate. And then you like R. Kelly's age, like ain't nobody got time for your nonsense. Because even if you weren't married, what? Like nothing. So the comments went from that to, oh, if I was a little bit younger and all of this jazz. And he was really trying to like pressure me to come to his church, and I would always respectfully decline that ass. I'm not trying to go to your church and be up in the Lord's house with your sinning ass. And then my thing is this, like, you're a pastor, you're married, and you sitting up here flirting with me, you old as shit. Like, how you gonna tell me how I should be living my life? It don't even seem like you got your stuff together. So what can you tell me about how I should be living? And that was my whole thing about that. Like, no, I never said anything to the other girl that worked in the office with me, or like my boss, because my intention was just to ignore his ass, just to be like, okay, whatever. He's a creepy ass old man. Whatever. As time went on, he grew more and more comfortable, I guess, like being inappropriate as fuck. I get to work one morning. I was the first one to get there, and my routine, like, we had a drop box at the office, in the back of the office. And so the first person that gets there, me, would go check that just to make sure that the drivers didn't leave anything for us, because they had to turn in things to us on a weekly basis. And then if we had something for them, we would leave it in the mailbox for them. So I was just checking, make sure that nothing that we left for them was still out there. and they didn't leave anything for us. I get there at 7 and I check the mailbox. There's a pack of Skittles in the fucking mailbox. Like, who I'm like, what the fuck? So I get everything out the mailbox and I just go back to my office. And probably about 15 minutes after I got in, the phone rings and it's him. He's like, did you get what I left you in the mailbox? And I was like, so you left the candy? I figured it was his creepy ass, but I just played along. So I was like, so you left me candy in the mailbox? I was like, thank you, but I'm not really a candy person, which is the truth. I don't eat too much candy. And then I didn't want him to feel comfortable like leaving me more shit. Shit, next thing I know, he be sending me nudes, leaving nudes in the mailbox. So I was just like, I'm not really a candy person, but thank you for the thought. He was like, so what do you like? What are you into? And I'm just like it sounded so creepy the way he said it. And I was just like, you don't have to, you really don't have to bring me anything. Like, I tried to bring it back to work. I was like, if you just doing what I need you to do as far as your dispatch is good enough for me. And he kind of just laughed it off and was like, all right. And I'm like, so fast forward about a week and a half later, I get to work, same routine, check the mailbox, and there is a $20 bill lying there in the mailbox. And I'm just like, none other than the creepy pervy pastor. He done took $20 of y'all money out the communion. Is it communion? Girl, communion is when they eat the crackers and the juice. He done took $20 out the collection plate to bring it up here and try to lure me in. Like, when he left the candy, I felt like, I'm like, damn, what is this? Like, am I a child? Are you trying to lure me with candy? Like, I'm grown. I might be young, but I'm grown. Who leaves candy? Skittles at that. Because chocolate, okay, you can get a woman with some chocolate, but who leaves fucking Skittles for a grown-ass woman? You tell me. Like, if that's your game, let me know. Or if Skittles are the way to your heart, then it may be, I mean, it may be the one way to a woman's heart out there. Some woman may enjoy a pack of Skittles. It might make her day, but not me. Like, I feel like that's something you go after a kid with. I felt like he was trying to, let me get my edges up out my contour. He was trying to get my ass and lure me into the back of a van. So same deal, I go to my desk to start my day and same thing happens. The phone rings probably like 10 minutes later. Okay, so the phone rings about 15 minutes after I get back from my desk, back to my desk. Of course it is him. And he is like, I left you something in the mailbox. I asked him, I'm like, what? He claims that's for my lunch today. He wanted to buy my lunch that day. And honestly, it's not uncommon for truck drivers to buy lunch for the dispatch team. And it's not uncommon for them to get money either, because they're out on the road. And if they out working, their ass won't be in town or nearby when you go to lunch. So they'll often leave money and say, hey, lunch, lunch on me today. But here's the thing. They usually do it for the group. This mofo specifically said, I wanted to buy your lunch today. And so I was like, so I didn't want to go off and say it was inappropriate, because it was pretty common. But I felt like it was inappropriate coming from him, like really honestly and truly, because of the things he would say. And because he said your lunch instead of me and the other girls the lunch. Like, he made it clear, like, I want to buy your lunch today. I just didn't feel comfortable. But I knew I couldn't just be like, that's inappropriate, when everybody else does it. So what I did was, I was just like, okay, I'll let her know that you're buying us lunch today. I'm sure she'd appreciate it. Thank you. And I got off the phone before he could say any goddamn thing else. That was that. When he called later, he was like, what did you eat? And I was like, no, we ate pizza. Like, I just got pizza for the office. Thank you again. And he kind of laughed it off. About a couple days after that, I'm on my lunch break and I'm sitting in my car outside the front of the building, and he pulls up in his truck. Now, he parks his big truck kind of close to my car, and I notice him looking, and he goes to get out the truck and walk towards my car. And so my windows were down at first, and I was just like, please don't approach my vehicle. And he laughed. He was like, and I was like, I'm serious. Please don't approach my car. And I roll up the window, and his hand is reaching out to grab the damn handle of my car door, I pull off on that ass. Child could have took about 3 of his toes, and I wouldn't give a goddamn. Because don't come to my car. Don't try to get in my car. Don't try to open my door. Nothing. I pull off on his ass, and I leave for the rest of my little break time. When I get back, of course he calls, and he's just like, I was just trying to give you some money. I had some money for you. Why you acting like that? And I'm just like, I don't want your money. Like, that's what I come here for. I come here to make my own. I don't want your money. And he was like, it's just for lunch. I just wanted to buy you lunch. And I'm just like, look, I don't know if he thought I was going to be like, oh, it was money. I'm so sorry. Like, yes, give me money. I don't know what the fuck he used to. But I don't need your coins. I got my own. And even if I only got a few, I don't want none from you. Oh, I should be a rapper. I really don't know what direction I'm gonna go with my makeup. I really feel like doing like a natural look, but now that I'm sitting here in front of all these colors, I don't know what I want to do. Oh, I ain't feeling so natural. We're gonna go for a peachy look today. So I'm gonna break out the old Coily palettes and work with her. After that incident where he tried to get into my damn car, I reported it to our safety manager, and he was just like, okay, I'll talk to him and let him know that's inappropriate. So that conversation was had, and he made it seem like, you know, I was pretty much overreacting and overthinking it, and he didn't mean anything by any of his stalker creepy pasta actions. And yeah, they told him that he didn't mean anything by it. I was overreacting. I'm definitely not overreacting. The guy is an inappropriate creep. At that point, they let him know that when he calls into the office, he has to speak to the other dispatcher and not to me. So if he called, she would always answer, and I never had to, unless she was out of the office or away from her desk. Then I would answer and just briefly help him with whatever the fuck he was calling for, which didn't happen too often. But then he started to come to the office, like physically, even more. Like, he literally, if he wasn't working that day, honestly, he would come to the office and sit in the driver's lounge. Okay, they have a driver's lounge and then the dispatch office, and there's a big glass window where you can see into it. He would literally sit in the driver's lounge if he's not working that day and just sit there. Or he would come to the window and just like stare with this creepy ass smile and be like, good morning or good afternoon, Brittany. And I would just ignore that as like, I have nothing to say to you, creep. Like, I don't want you to talk to me, and I don't want to talk to you. But he thought that whole thing was just so funny. Like, he really thought that was funny, that he wasn't allowed to talk to me and that I would ignore him and act like he just did not exist. It's like he got like a little kick out of that. Like he would come and just stand, like I said, in the office, in the window, and just stare. And he will always make it a point to say something directly to me or directed at me when he comes to the office. One day, one of the other drivers comes into the office to talk to me, and he's just like, what is the deal with homeboy in the blue truck? I'm just gonna say his truck was blue. It wasn't blue, but for the sake of this video, it's gonna be blue. Okay, it's gonna be blue today. So he was like, what's the deal with him? And I was just like, what do you mean? I thought maybe he had heard about like the restrictions on dude, and you know what happened, how it was between him and I. And so I'm just like, what you mean? Playing dumb, because I don't want to give nobody no more information if they don't already have it. That's just, I'm just not doing it. It was to me it was very embarrassing. Like, I didn't want everybody to know. So I was just like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? He was talking to me, and then I was like, hey, let me just go in here and talk to Brittany. I need to catch her before she goes to lunch. And he made the comment of, oh, don't be in there too long talking to her, because people will say that y'all have something going on. You know what they say about us. Who says something about us? There is no us. There is no they who is saying anything about us. Like he had made up in his mind that there were now rumors about him and I dating. And I'm just like, there are no rumors. He was like, I had never heard any rumors, so that's why I was asking. He just said, you know what they say about us? And I was just like, no, I don't. And he laughed. And I'm like, here this motherfucker goes. Like, what are you trying to do? There is no us. There are no rumors. I guess in your little fairy tale of a mind, there's an us, but no, in reality, there is not. So the driver that I was talking to just laughed it off. And he was like, that's kind of weird. Like, I don't really know, dude, but I found that to be pretty odd. Shit, I'm like, you found it to be odd. Shit, I found it to be odd too. It ain't no rumors. It ain't no us. So I don't know if he told his wife that there were rumors as well, but like she would start coming up there and giving me the damn stink eye. Like at first she used to be really nice, like a little first lady of the church, and it went from first lady of the church to her giving me the damn eyeball like I'm the side chick. No, so I don't know if he was telling her as well, like, oh, people are starting to say that me and Brittany got something going on. Like, I don't know why he would do that. I was about to say why anybody in their right mind would do that, but clearly he wasn't in his damn right mind. One day he calls into the office and the other girl is not in the office, and I'm like, oh damn, I have to answer and talk to him. But to my surprise, he was very, very, very professional. He kept it 100% about work. He didn't do anything extra. He didn't do his creepy laugh. Nothing extra. And then we got off the phone. As soon as I helped him with what he needed, answer his question, we got off the phone. We were probably on the phone for like a good 3 minutes. 2 minutes later, after that phone call, it probably wasn't even a whole 2 minutes, but like right after that phone call, he calls right back. I answered the phone thinking, okay, the last call wasn't so bad, like this one ain't gonna be so bad either. Wrong. I answered the damn phone and this fool goes, Brittany. And I'm like, yes. My wife said that we need to make sure we're being very professional going forward. And I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? I'm always professional with you. And I was confused. I was baffled. I'm just like, what? And I was like, okay, I'm always very professional with you. And I made it a point to say that way, just in case his wife was listening. I didn't know if she was listening or what, but I was just like, I'm always very professional with you. And he was like, well, yeah, we need to make sure we keep it that way going forward. And I'm like, are you crazy? What's wrong? What is wrong with you? Clearly you're living in an alternate reality with alternative motherfucking facts, because I'm never unprofessional with you. Like, you need to take that advice from your wife and honor and respect her damn wishes, because you're the only one that's violating that, okay? The only one. I didn't realize this peach was gonna be this damn dark, child. I wanted to go for something lighter, but I'm here now, so I'm here. Ain't no turning back. After that phone call, it was a while before I had to speak to him again. He was still coming to the office being a damn creep. He was still coming in, standing and staring with his creepy smile. Like, I wish I could show y'all the smile. Like, I really do. He would still come in and stare, and I would just ignore that ass like he was not there, honey. I would treat him like a fixture on the wall. I really would. Until one day, he comes in the office. And he's like, it was a Monday. He comes to the office and he says to me, Brittany, you live in South Haven, right? And honestly, I had just moved to South Haven, Mississippi from Cordova, Tennessee, which is about 45 minutes. I told him no. I was like, oh no, I live in Cordova. He was like, no, I saw you Saturday making a right on State Line Road. And I'm like, so I tried to keep it cool because I didn't want to let on that I was, lying. I wanted to keep it cool. I didn't want him to think that he had me shook or nothing like that. And I was just like, it's just a matter of me telling him, no, I don't live out there, right? Or so I thought. I was like, oh, my mom lives in South Haven. And I was visiting her this weekend. So yeah, you probably did see me making that right on State Line because my mommy lives out there and I go visit her. I guess he knew I was lying, child, because I was never that friendly with his ass. I never even responded to his ass. So he was like, oh, okay. And he kind of laughed. He was like, yeah, I knew that was you. And he left. And I'm just like, ugh. Is that, like, does your creepiness, like, does it ever end? Does it have a cap on it at all? But I really thought I had simply just like evaded, him knowing where I live, just by giving him that little alternative fact that no, I don't live out there. Little did I know I was wrong. So a new lady joins our team and she's in the office. He comes into the office to introduce himself to her. He walks in and he is like, hey, how you doing? To her. And she, she respectfully says hello back. He looks to me and he's like, good morning, Brittany, like that. And I'm just like, I don't really say anything because I was not in the mood for the bullshit. You already know you're really not allowed to talk to me. I don't feel like no type of bullshit today, like none. So I'm just not even gonna play this little reindeer game with you. And she didn't know, like, this literally was her first day. So she didn't know any of the backstory, anything that had transpired before she started. Nothing. So he smirks and does this little sarcastic laugh. Kind of like the ones like drug dealers and villains do on the little ratchet shows. No shade at all. But he does one of those little villainous, is that a word? I don't know. Villainous little laughs. Like smirky laughs. Like like that. He gives me one of those and he says to her, me and Brittany had this thing going on back in the day. Fucking news to me, bitch. Like, when? What? And we used to flirt and I guess I took it a little too far. So now she doesn't talk to me. And then he looks at me and he goes, I'm sorry. And I'm like, are you apologizing? What exactly are you apologizing for right now? Are you apologizing for this fucking lie you told? Or are you apologizing, like, for being inappropriate? What are you exactly apologizing for? Because you just told this girl a bald-faced lie. Like, we never had nothing going on. Mister, you know what they say about us. Like, we never had nothing going on. Like, are you dumb? Are you crazy? I mean, literally nothing. I never flirted with him. I never even gave him any type of, like, I really thought about it. Like, I really went back and retraced my steps to see if I ever led him on any type of way, but I really did not. Like, there was nothing that I could find in my memory bank that he could take and feel like she wants me. Like, what? Nothing. Nothing. I never winked at this mofo. I never did. Like, I never did anything. I'm confused. To this day, I'm confused as to why he felt like I led him on or we had something going on. And then furthermore, I was pissed because I try to keep it professional in a professional setting. And here you are telling my brand new coworker on her first day, like, how unprofessional are you, that we had something going on. Even if we did have something going on, which we did not. So let me be very, very, very clear on that. Why are you unprofessional in here telling her that we had something going on? Like, I'm not understanding you right now, sir. He leaves. I let her know he is completely crazy and nothing ever transpired between the two of us. Like, ever. Nothing. And I don't know if she believed my ass or not. She probably didn't. Who fucking knows? I don't know. But she just was like, oh, okay. And that was that. So about 2 weeks after that, he comes and he calls into the office while I'm going to lunch and talks to that girl, and she's like, hey, is Brittany there? And she's like, no, she's gone to lunch. He asked her what time I would be back, and she said she didn't know, but she would call him when I got back from lunch. Wow. But that's what the fuck happened. So when I get back, the phone rings and it's him. And she's just like, yeah, she's here. He comes into the office probably 20 minutes later. And he says he's quitting. He is putting in his 2 weeks notice and terminating his lease agreement, which I was so fucking ecstatic. Like, I was so happy. Child, it was like I had got another damn birthday, okay? I was so happy. I could have stood the fuck up and danced. I could have danced right there and twerked right there at my desk, okay? I was so happy. I was like, finally, he is leaving. This is over. I don't have to see him again. I don't have to hear his creepy little voice. I ain't gotta, just nothing. It's just a wrap. Or so I thought. Little did I know this shit was about to get way, way worse. There was the paper in his file that he would have had to sign off on terminating his lease agreement. So my coworker goes back to the file cabinet to get his paperwork for him to sign off on. And while she's back there, he looks at me and he says, Brittany, you live in South Haven, don't you? And I'm like, am I in a damn Twilight Zone? Like, didn't we just have this conversation before? Like, no, I don't. So I was just like, no, I told you I don't. And he was like, yes, you do. You live on so-and-so street. Bitch. Literally, my heart sank. Like, I was so shook, honestly and truly. But I didn't want to show him that. So I was just like, no. He was like, yes, you do. I know exactly where you live. And then she comes in with his termination paper. He signs off on it and then he walks away. He doesn't say anything else to us. He just signs his shit and goes and leaves it like in the windowsill. I tell her what the fuck happened while she was back there getting his paper and what he said to me. And she was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, that's creepy. You need to get like some kind of protection because clearly he didn't follow your ass. And I agreed. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, that I ain't gonna lie, that spooked me, child. That shook my little, that shooketh. I was shooketh, honey. I really like this look today. I was shook. And so I called our corporate office, of course, to report that. And they really, of course, didn't do shit or say shit about it. They were just like, okay. That same day when I got off work, I stopped by a little gun, like guns and ammo swap meet, not swap meet, what is it called, like a pawn shop type of thing. I stopped out there to price me some guns, and I literally would have bought one, but the guy was like, if you've never shot a gun before, you should go take classes before you get one and just think you finna shoot a motherfucker. And I was like, that makes sense. So I didn't buy a gun that day, but I did get a thing of mace to go on my keychain, like a big one to go on my keychain. And I got a little taser. Like, I mean, it wasn't gonna do too much. That probably ain't enough, honey, because people like that, like, he probably got serial killer psycho strength, like the guys like in the movies that don't die, Jason, all them that don't die after you didn't cut off their damn arms, legs, and head. And I wouldn't put that past him. I wouldn't doubt that he got them kind of strengths. Probably, it was exactly 3 weeks since he put in his notice and he quit. It was like 3 weeks after his last day. But of course, he's not really on my mind like at all. I'm thinking I'm free, I'm living life, and I'm just, you know, I'm all right. I'm in Kroger, and I have been in there long enough just to go through produce, which at my Kroger is right at the door. Pick up some bananas, child, and some mangoes. And then I look up and here he comes through the door with the empty basket. And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? I was more than a little freaked out, honestly. I called my mother, and she gave me the most dramatic like answer or solution. She always manages to give me like the most dramatic solutions to problems. She was like, here's what you do. You fake going through the aisles, cutting down aisles, and then you make sure he done lost you and you dip out the front door. Like, girl, I am not on a damn game show. This ain't no game. This is my real life. He is about to kidnap your child, woman. So I need a little more. I was just like, I just need you to talk to me, because I felt comfortable. Like, I felt like if I was on the phone, he wouldn't feel comfortable to approach me. So that was my reasoning for calling her. I called her and I'm just like, talk to me till I get to my damn car, to make sure I make it to my car. And I abandoned my basket. And then I hit the parking lot, not looking back, nothing. I get in my car and I'm gone. I tried to make myself feel comfortable, like, and say maybe, just maybe, he lives in the area. It's a coincidence. Maybe that's all it was. Maybe I'm thinking too much of it. Just to, you know, make myself feel a little comfortable. Because I was thinking at the time, like, possibly that's it. Like, maybe he just lives in the area and that's it. So a couple of days later, about 3 days later, I'm in Dollar Tree. And if your Dollar Tree is set up like mine, it's like when you walk into the store, there's the registers and then all the aisles are like down that way, right? I'm in one of the aisles and I just so happen to look up and I see him standing at the front of the store. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, has he seen me? Like, what is it? Did he just see my car outside? Did he follow me here? Like, what's going on? I didn't know if he knew. I don't know. I didn't know if he had already spotted me in the store or not. I run to like the end of the aisle and hide behind the actual like aisle. And I text my auntie and I'm like, hey, I'm about to call you. I need you to answer. I really need you to answer. It's an emergency. So I call her and I'm just like, I need you to talk to me till I get to my car. Like, that's it. I'm in a store and I'll tell you why when I leave. But I need for you to not hang up this phone. And I'm legit scared. Like, I'm peeking. And he was standing, like, he didn't come in and get a basket. He didn't come in searching for stuff. He came in and stood directly at the end of the, like, the register where they put your, like, stuff in bags. He was, like, as if he was a bagger. That's where he was standing, at the end. And he was just pacing that little area back and forth, like, looking. And I'm like, what are you looking for? Like, you're looking for a person. It was like he knew that I was in the store and I would have had to check out. So I guess he felt like that was the spot he should have stayed in. I would have definitely had to run into him before leaving the store. So he stood there and then he started to pace back and forth and like look down the aisles, but from behind the register, so he wasn't really close. I get to the end cap of the aisle that's directly like aligned with the front door, and I book it. Like, I'm on the phone with her and I'm just like, yeah, girl, and I'm walking fast as fuck. I probably looked like I was stealing. They probably was like, is this bitch stealing? Like, does she have a pocket and a purse full of shit? I'm surprised that little secret shopper didn't come and try to tackle me down. But no, I made it to my car. I did not look back. I didn't check to see if he was watching. Nothing. And I told my aunt what the deal was. Like, and she was so freaked out about it. She was like, that's like some Lifetime movie stuff. You need to protect yourself because he obviously is following you. Like, okay, yeah, I get that you thought maybe he lived in the area, but you cannot take things like that lightly. Like, you have to take that serious and not even for a second downplay it or treat it like, oh, it could be nothing. Because just like it could be nothing, it damn sure could be something. It's just not something you take lightly. And I agree with her 100%. I told her about my taser and my mace, honey. I told her I was sitting on ready for him to approach me. And so far he had not. Since that incident, I have not run into him in a store, which that was about 3 months ago. And I honestly and truly, not even joking, he could be lurking in the fucking shadows. Because I haven't seen him in about 3 months, I'm getting more comfortable going places now. I still don't, you know, try to go out in the dark at all. If there's been times that I've been at my mother's house after it got dark and I just spend the night. Like, I don't want him, like, I don't know what he's capable of or what's going on in that head of his. But for a long time, I literally was scared to, like, go to stores. I stopped really trying to go out. Should I be shopping online, or I'll go out with my mom to go grocery shopping? It really put me in a place where I was really scared to just go out and do everyday, normal, day-to-day shit. Like, I really did not know what, you know, what could happen, what he was capable of. You really don't ever know what somebody is capable of. You just don't. And I wasn't trying to take no chances. So yeah, now I finally, because I haven't seen him in a couple of months, I haven't completely let my guard down, but I try not to, like, I have gotten a little bit more comfortable getting out. That's pretty much it for that story time. It really doesn't have a true ending because it's kind of something that I'm still dealing with right now. And I hope, I mean, I would hope this is the end. I hope I never have to see him again. I know P don't kidnap my ass and have me putting the lotion on my damn skin down in the well. Ain't got time. But I just think it's crazy how, I mean, I know it's a lot of crazy things that go on. You know, there have been pastors sleeping with children, molesting kids. Like, it's just a lot of stuff that goes on. I know these things happen, but it's just crazy to me how these people in these roles really have this kind of shit going on in their life, in the background. And I would hate to marry a man and have to kill him, you know. I want my husband to live a long time. I want us to live forever together. Like, I would hate to have to, you know, send him packing early because of some shit like this. Yeah, that type of thing, like, really makes me, like, I want to get married and I want to have kids, but I really am afraid of some bullshit like that happening. But that's not gonna keep me from getting married, y'all, because I'm gonna be somebody's wife up in here. Speaking of getting married and things of the nature, of the sort, this weekend is my 10-year class reunion, which about 2 months ago was our 10-year, like, anniversary of our graduation. But anywho, this weekend they're having the class reunion and I'm not participating. Just because, okay, when I first learned about it, nothing that they were doing I was interested in. And then they were, like, making plans for the kids, I think, to be there, like a picnic for the family. Like, it's not about that. I'm not trying to, I saw them kids when we was in high school. Like, I'm not trying to be out here partying with your children. I really ain't. And so initially that's why I really wrote it off. But I checked out the Facebook group for it, and it looks like somebody else took over and made some cute little plans. But of course my ass found out way too far. They done already paid for everything, gotten shirts made, like done the whole nine. So I'm not going. Which I didn't really have a lot of friends in high school anyway. Not too many. I was a very awkward kid growing up, so yeah, I didn't have too many friends. I had enough. I feel like I have enough to where if all the people that I did socialize with showed up, then I could have a good time. Like, I could. But looking at the comments of the people that's writing in the Facebook wall, no shade to anyone, it's none of the people that I really knew in high school. A lot of the people that I knew, a lot of people that I was friends with have moved away, and they're not coming home for this. They're not coming home for it. So I'm just gonna sit it out and hope that they have a grand old time. Like, I really feel like something is missing from my eyes with all the shit I got going on. Like, are you serious? Are you serious? I know what's missing. I know what I can add. Yeah, so I was like, I understand a lot of y'all had kids in high school and have since had a lot more kids, but I don't think your class reunion is something for the kids, okay, Auntie Fee Boys? I don't think it's something for the kids, because just like a lot of them have kids, a lot of us don't. And when you have people who don't have kids don't want to hang out with you and your kids, like, I'm so sorry, but I don't know anybody like that who doesn't have kids and who's always like, yeah, girl, bring your kids. Oh yeah, we can with the kids. Like, if your friend is like that, that bitch probably is trying to kidnap your children and you need to keep your eye on her. My Wi-Fi goes so slow. So I'm filming this video and then I have a couple more that I want to upload. And I'm about to go grocery shopping. So what I'm going to do is slide up to Starbucks, park, and use their Wi-Fi to upload my little videos. I ain't even going to buy nothing today. Nope. That's what I'm about to do. Use them for their Wi-Fi. I'm sure they won't mind. So I've been reading about this R. Kelly thing, right? For the last couple days. I'm sure, focus, I'm sure a lot of people have. And what I find to be odd, I mean, now let me just go ahead and say this first. I do think it's a little weird for a man of his age to be attracted to and in a relationship with a woman that is so much younger. Like, she's practically a kid. She's what, 19? I don't think that's okay. I really don't. And especially if they're being held against their will, which we do not know. People love, in today's society, people will ignore the facts or the lack thereof and believe like the crazy ass story even without having any proof. Like, they could have said so much shit and people would be like, they could have been like, he got them in there on all fours on leashes eating dog food, and people would be like, oh my god, R. Kelly got them on four legs and leashes eating dog food, with no pictures of these girls on their little 4 legs. I mean, little girl, 4 legs on their hands and knees doing so. But people would believe that before they realize, like, okay, before they ask, like, okay, where's the proof? Where are the pictures? Are you sure? Like, people love to believe the crazy shit. But if he does have them against their will, that is not okay. I don't agree with that. And I also don't think it's appropriate or okay for a man his age to be busting down 19, 18, 17 year olds. Like, I really don't. And we already know he has a history of being with underage young women. Let's not forget, he married Aaliyah at 15. He did. And he's gotten into plenty of trouble. Like, his entire freaking career pretty much messing with young girls or underage girls. I'm not saying any of this is okay, but what I find to be weird and interesting is Hugh Hefner's ass has been doing this same shit for decades. He has done hiding, he is known for it, and people look at him like he the damn man, like he is like it's okay for him. They look at him and they praise him for it, and it's cute and it's cool. He get a TV show, Playboy Mansion. We don't know if them bitches is in there not able to leave. Like, we don't know what goes down in there. But what we do know is, even if he's not having sex with them, because I don't think Hugh Hefner junk still working. Like, he like 406. And at 406, I don't think Peter going anywhere. Not even with no Viagra. I really don't. But he does still portray or give the illusion that this is what's going down in his Playboy Mansion with multiple women at a damn time. Like, so why is it that R. Kelly is being crucified so hard? Like, not to say if one person get away with it, everybody should. That's not what I'm saying. But what I do find to be odd is that how, you know, when it's a black person, I hate to go racial, but that is the reality. When it's a black person being accused, it's just made to be like they out here doing the worst. They want to punish to the full extent of the damn law. I don't know. IDK, my BFF bros. So let me just zoom in and show you, because people have accused me before in the past of having a fake mode and drawing it on. But if you can see, and if you notice at the beginning of this video, honey, she is there. Focus. She is there, and she is very real. So what I do, I don't want anybody to see me do this and be like, oh yeah, it's proof, it's she drawing it on, because it gets lost under every powder and foundation I put on. I just go back in there with the eyeliner and draw it back, and usually this one up here too. Sure, sometimes I go in and draw my little natural ass freckles back in. Hold on, check me, boo. You know what I noticed a lot since I've been editing videos more? I hold my head to like this side, to my right side. I'll be like this all damn day. That's usually how my hair goes, like the most of my hair, because I usually rock a side part all the time. But I be trying to hold it straight, but it just does not feel natural holding it like this. Like, this is what feels natural to me. And I think that's so funny. I noticed that last night. I was just like, really, girl? Your head is doing the most. Pause. Okay, let me set my face right quick. I got to go out in the heat, honey. I don't want her moving all over the place. I really don't. I need her to be still for mama. I'm just gonna go in with the Perfect Nude lip gloss by Sephora. Right quick. It's like my favorite lip gloss right now. Yeah, but let me know what your opinion is on the whole R. Kelly thing and how he is being villainized as this horrible, horrible man, when old Hef doing the same shit is the man in these streets. Okay, let me do something to my hair. Let me do something to my hair. I'm just gonna do my little bun with my exposed bobby pins. I got this jar of exposed bobby pins, 70, from You know what? Hold up. I feel like okay. From Sally Beauty for like, I think I paid $6.50 for them. And yeah, I just love them so much. Now my hair a little dry. Oh shit. My hair is a little dry today. Right now. So we're gonna moisten her up. Moisturize her up a bit and sleek her back in a bun and put like 80 bobby pins on her, because yeah, that's what I want to do today. I don't want to have to apply no heat. Y'all, this even edge control, bomb AF. Like, your edges are gonna lay down and they ain't gonna move all day. Now I'm just gonna add bobby pins with no rhyme or reason, just making sure that no hair is over, like that is over the pin. Okay, so I'm not gonna do too many today. That is it. I think that's it for this this whole video, honey. Let me zoom in so you can see the look on the eyes and the edges, honey, with the even. Yeah, my eyebrows are naturally like really thick like this, so they give me some kind of trouble. I need to shape them up by now, but whatever. Yes, ma'am. I'm so here for the glue. I'm so here for the highlight today.